everyone! Today we're revisiting one of the most iconic Pixar franchise to exist, the Cars movies. In detail, we're looking at the fans' most favorite moments from lead character Lightning McQueen across all the movies. That means spoilers ahead, of course, so make sure to watch all of them on Disney Plus first if you haven't seen them yet, and then come back. Without further ado, let's get started. On the road. Lightning McQueen is a fancy and well-celebrated race car after winning the Piston Cup. After the race, McQueen travels with his big rig, Mack, to California. Mack is a 16-wheeler that looks a lot like a standard semi-truck, except he carries another car, Lightning McQueen to be exact. While Mack carries McQueen across highway roads, he runs into many delinquent road hazards, including a minivan going way too slow and a group of speeding, flashy vehicles with flames and fluorescent lighting. Mack falls asleep. Lightning McQueen struggles to make friends and goes through numerous pit crews because he is pretty arrogant. McQueen can't seem to form any real connection with his fellow cars. McQueen is rushing to California for his next race and orders Mack to drive all night. Mack often tells McQueen that he's tired and needs to rest, but McQueen insists he keeps going and promises to stay awake with Mack on the trip. Of course, McQueen breaks his promise and Mack accidentally falls asleep on the road. The Radiator Springs arrival. The first film introduced us to Lightning McQueen's brash and self-centered persona. However, his arrival in Radiator Springs marks a turning point, from reluctantly fixing the road to forming genuine connections with the town's residents. This was the beginning of Lightning's transformation from a hotshot racer to a more compassionate and humble car. McQueen and Mater tractor tip. Once in Radiator Springs, Lightning McQueen meets a townie, a rusty old tow truck named Mater. Mater's twang and always chipper approach are the exact opposite of everything McQueen is, but the two quickly become friends. In one scene, Mater takes McQueen out to go tractor tipping. Cow tipping is something many country folks may do, but in Radiator Springs, the cows are actually tractors that say moo! And to tip them, Mater and McQueen have to move fast before Frank catches them. The King crashes. McQueen makes it to the final race for the Piston Cup in California. He races well, even taking the lead as the race nears its finish. It looks like Lightning McQueen is about to win, when suddenly his opponent Chick crashes into the King and sends his opponent flying through the air. McQueen sees what has happened and knows he can't finish the race. He needs to do the right thing. So he goes back to help his friend, giving up his first place title but learning an important lesson in friendship. It not only showcases Lightning's exceptional racing skills, but also serves as a turning point in his character arc. The race emphasizes Lightning's growth as he chooses sportsmanship over victory by helping a rival in need, illustrating his newfound understanding that winning isn't everything. McQueen yells at Mater. Lightning McQueen was confident about winning the first race of the World Grand Prix. However, things didn't go as planned, for which McQueen blamed Mater. After the race, McQueen was upset about his loss, and he didn't hold back from expressing his displeasure to Mater. Although Mater tried to explain, his words didn't make much sense to McQueen, and he told Mater that he didn't want or need his help anymore. "I made a mistake, and it won't happen again," McQueen loudly told the press, making sure that Mater could hear it. Lightning McQueen crashes. Things start to change around the racetrack quickly, and McQueen doesn't like it. McQueen starts to see his old friends go into retirement more and more, only to be replaced by new high-tech race cars. McQueen doesn't like this change, and is determined not to succumb to it. During one race, a new car, Storm, is on McQueen's tail. McQueen speeds through his checkup with the pit crew and back onto the track to beat him. Storm is close behind and says a few things to get into McQueen's head, which works. McQueen loses control and crashes on the track. The cars prank each other. Cars 3 opens with Lightning McQueen in all of his glory. McQueen is racing around the Piston Cup track, flying by his opponents and tossing some clever and funny jabs as he does so. McQueen's favorite opponent, Cal Weathers, loves to play fight back, and the two have a few quippy exchanges during the race. Once the race is over and McQueen gives an interview after his win, Cal cruises past him with some other cars, and they spray him with soap suds and confetti. McQueen returns the favor by overinflating Cal's tires. Cruz wants to race. McQueen's outbursts always seem to hurt the ones who love him. McQueen and his new trainer, Cruz, are traveling with Mack to a race and begin arguing. McQueen doesn't think Cruz understands what's at stake, so he uses a harsh tone to remind her, and in his fit, knocks over her racing trophy. Cruz asks Mack to stop driving and gets out. It looks like she's about to storm away, but she stays and tells McQueen that she didn't want to be a trainer. She wanted to be a racer, and it's because of him that she had that dream, but she never got to make her dream a reality. The Life is a Highway montage. Set to the energetic tune of Life is a Highway, this montage captures Lightning's journey of self-discovery and transformation. It highlights his growing friendships and experiences in Radiator Springs, showcasing the town's impact on his perspective and values as he learns to appreciate the slower, more meaningful aspects of life. Doc Hudson's backstory. When Lightning learns about Doc Hudson's past as the fabulous Hudson Hornet, it's a touching revelation. It adds emotional depth to Doc's character, revealing his hidden identity and the reasons behind his secluded life. This scene strengthens the bond between Lightning and Doc, showcasing Lightning's ability to look beyond initial impressions and connect with Doc on a deeper level. The Florida 500 race. The climax of Cars 3 at the Florida 500 race is an emotionally charged sequence where Lightning's decision to let Cruz finish the race showcases his selflessness. The Florida 500 is a Piston Cup event in the movie Cars 3 held at the Florida International Superspeedway. Cruz takes Lightning's place halfway through the race because Lightning decided he cannot win it alone. After a wreck on the track caused by Cam Spinner, Lightning had Ramon paint the Rust-eze and number 95 on Cruz to follow race regulations. Cruz is the number 95 Rust-eze racer. During the race's final lap, Ramirez is right in Storm's tail, and Storm tries to prevent her from passing by pushing her up against the wall. Unfortunately for Storm, Cruz does a flip over him and crosses the finish line in first place. Following the race officials decided that both Cruz and McQueen were winners, as McQueen started the race while Cruz finished it with the same racing number. Radiator Springs comeback. Watching Radiator Springs transform from a forgotten town to a bustling hotspot thanks to Lightning's influence and dedication is a heartwarming testament to the power of community and friendship. In the movie, Radiator Springs was once a thriving town, but it fell into disrepair after the construction of a new interstate highway bypassed the town. However, the town made a comeback after Lightning McQueen destroyed the road and was sentenced to rebuild it. Lightning's mentorship of Cruz Ramirez. In Cars 3, Lightning takes on the role of a mentor to Cruz Ramirez, guiding her through training. Their interactions and Lightning's encouragement highlight the importance of passing down knowledge and support. Cruz Ramirez is a young Hispanic female sports car instructing Lightning McQueen and the deuteragonist in Cars 3. She is a racing trainer, later racer, who helps Lightning McQueen get his racing mojo back so he can defeat Jackson Storm. As such, it's touching in a pleasingly formulaic pass-the-torch way. The World Grand Prix. In the sequel, Lightning took on a new challenge at the World Grand Prix, facing off against international competitors. His determination to win for Mater's sake and the twist-filled espionage adventure showcased his loyalty and bravery. The World Grand Prix is an international racing competition that is at the center of Cars 2. In that second movie, Lightning McQueen was one of the 11 racers invited to participate in the World Grand Prix, WGP, a racing competition organized by Sir Miles Axelrod to promote his new, clean alternative fuel, Alanol 1. Although the competition was meant to determine the world's fastest car, it was a conspiracy whose goals were much more ambitious and devious. During the WGP, Lightning McQueen participated in all 3 races but was not the winner. In fact, there was no winner, as the final race was interrupted by a series of anomalies that finally ended in Miles Axelrod's reformation. Racing with Mater. The unlikely friendship between Lightning and the lovable tow truck Mater led to some of the most enjoyable moments in the franchise. In this scene, Mater races with Lightning and the World Grand Prix racers with the help of his lucky Spy Rocket pack. Their hilarious banter and the thrill of racing together showcase Lightning's softer and more playful side. The Rust-eze Commercials. The Rust-eze Commercials are a playful addition to the narrative, serving as glimpses into Lightning's life before his encounter with Radiator Springs. In this scene, Lightning McQueen makes his sponsor appearance for Rust-eze after drawing the final race of the Piston Cup. These commercials portray Lightning as a rising star in the racing world, juxtaposing his glamorous public persona with the humble beginnings of his sponsorship by Rust-eze, adding a touch of humor to the storyline. Mater's bedtime story. In this scene, Mater tells Lightning McQueen a bedtime story about a bulldozer named Bubba. What makes this scene truly special is the way Lightning McQueen reacts. Initially bemused by Mater's story, Lightning's attitude gradually softens as he becomes engrossed in the tale. Despite Mater's exaggerated and sometimes nonsensical storytelling, Lightning listens attentively, showcasing his growing appreciation for Mater's unique perspective and the depth of their friendship. Lightning's willingness to engage in Mater's imaginative world demonstrates the value he places on their friendship, regardless of their differences in personality and background. Lightning McQueen's apology. After initially arriving in Radiator Springs with an arrogant and self-centered attitude, Lightning's perspective gradually shifts as he spends more time in the town. Sally, a kind and intelligent Portia and a resident of Radiator Springs, becomes instrumental in helping Lightning understand the true value of life beyond the racetrack. The scene unfolds as Lightning approaches Sally, acknowledging his past behavior and expressing genuine remorse for his actions. His apology is heartfelt, reflecting his newfound humility and understanding of the impact his attitude had on the residents of Radiator Springs, including Sally. Kachow! The catchphrase that became synonymous with Lightning McQueen, Kachow! This exclamation, often used when zooming past others on the racetrack, became his signature and endeared him to fans of all ages. Despite the trilogy's end, Lightning McQueen's legacy lives on in the hearts of fans. His journey from a rookie with a need for speed to a mentor with a heart of gold resonates as a timeless tale of growth, friendship, and sportsmanship. The Cars movies have not only been about racing, but also about the transformative journey of Lightning McQueen. What are your favorite scenes from the movies? Make sure to let us know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!